Cheddaro, Parmigiana, Gorgonzola, grant me your dark power! Oh, hey kids, it's me, Bria. I didn't see you come in there. I'm gonna answer more questions today and not worship Satan. I've got my computer here, just like a pro, and I'm gonna answer more questions that people ask me on the internet. The first one I want to answer is one people ask me all the time, and it's what the crap is up with my name? How the hell do you get Bria from Sabrina? Are they separate names? Is one a nickname for the other? That's a good question, a bunch of different people on the internet, and the answer is yes. It is short for my first name, Sabrina. It comes from my mom accidentally trying to abbreviate my name to Brina, instead misspelling it to be Bria. And I liked that. And it stuck, and now everybody calls me that, including my doctor, which is a little weird. I get more correspondence officially to Bria than to my legal name, Sabrina. And I'm okay with that. That's great. I'm Bria at this point. And I don't know, not everybody gets to choose their nickname. I think that's kind of a special thing that trans people get more than cis people. So that's a point for us, cis people. Yeah, your move. The next question was one I really liked in the comments, I think it was on YouTube, was my problematic favorites, things that we love despite the fact that they're kind of really bad. And the big one for me is Kung Fu movies. Kung Fu movies are so creative. They've got so much interesting stuff going on in the fight scenes, the characters, the settings, the sets, costumes. Some of them are just truly amazing films by any stretch of the imagination. But they're from another time and place, and they got some racism, they got some sexism and ableism, and just about every ism you can imagine. But I still love them, and I don't know, I don't hold them to the same standard I'd hold a modern film to. It's hard to. They're like your great racist grandparents, But I don't know, I wouldn't show them to my friends sometimes. I don't want my friends to think I'm an asshole, more so than they already do. People also asked after the last video if I have any inspirations from the fine art world as opposed to just the cartoon fandom world. My mom is a painter, printmaker, opera singer, and so she really exposed me to a lot of fine art stuff. So I grew up, I'm just surrounded with classical music and whatnot. I'm actually one of the only members of my family who's not musical in any way, which actually is another question. People had asked if I play an instrument. I don't, and I feel like crap because I don't. I've made an effort to learn more about classical music because my family is largely oriented around that. I really like Wagner, his Ring Saga sequence cycle, talking about Siegfried and Brunhild and Mighty Odin and all that. Great stuff. Also a big fan of Rembrandt, one of my favorite painters. I was very lucky I got to see all kinds of Rembrandts in the past year, going to the Louvre and the Met. And I think they might have had some in some of the galleries in Rome. What I was actually blown away by when I was in Rome was at the Haus Borghese, I don't know if I'm saying that right, a small gallery in Rome where there's Bernini sculptures. And I'm not a huge sculpture person, but Bernini is a master of marble. I nearly wept at the beauty of some of these sculptures. In particular, I guess it was Neptune capturing, I don't remember her name, some chick that he raped. Just the tears in her eyes. He sculpted tears, and his hands are dimpling the flesh. It's amazing. I don't know. Those sculptures are from another world, and Bernini did them when he was fucking 20 or some shit. Asshole. But they're great. If you go to Rome, skip the Vatican. Vatican's boring in comparison. Go to the Haus Borghese and see the Bernini sculptures. There's a follow-up question to me talking about doing arts as a way of an outlet in this terrible world we live in where we're only valued for money. And people talking about what do you do if you want to make art, but you have no art skills and that's kind of holding you up? I would say don't care. Seriously, one of the most inspiring pieces of advice I ever got was from my brother who plays guitar. He's a wonderful guitarist. And he told me when I was first starting out in art, who says you have to be good at something right away for you to enjoy it or to do it as your career, say? You can just do something because you like it. The skill will come pretty quickly if you get into it. don't get caught up on whether or not something is, good. Just do it because you like doing it. Don't let haters get you down. If I listened to people who said I was no good, well, I wouldn't make art because I get told I'm no good all the time, even still. And you know what? Yeah, I got a lot of room to improve. Everybody does. You just keep doing it. Fuck other people. There's some serious questions. Maybe I should answer some of those. Talking about encountering transphobia in real life. So actually where I live, I'm pretty lucky. People are rarely transphobic to my face. I mean, where like Vancouver, Canada is like really progressive, the most liberal and progressive city in the most liberal progressive province in one of the most liberal and progressive countries in the world. I'm pretty lucky. But I do encounter transphobia every once in a while. And usually, like in the past, when I was working with someone, like in a particular instance, I was working with this guy, he said something transphobic, he did not know I was trans. And we had a pretty good rapport up until that point, and I was in a position where I felt safe enough that I could out myself to him, because like, what's he gonna do, fight me? Or something, right? I told him, well, you know what? I am trans, so you're full of shit, sort of thing. But I was nice about it. Firm, but not like combative right off the bat. And it was amazing how quickly he changed his tune, possibly because he's a polite Canadian. But I think so many haters, they don't humanize us, they don't think of us as people. And here's an instance where he had a chance to kind of get to know me as a person, and then he found out I was trans. And because he wasn't overly religious or something like that, his reaction to it was instructive to him. I don't know if this is going to work for everybody, but generally speaking, I think the key, in addressing transphobia overall isn't necessarily arguing with them, it's humanizing us. We're people, and we have hopes and dreams just like any other person, and you hating us doesn't change that or take away from that. And I think that's kind of the best thing we can do to combat transphobia overall. Yeah, fuck it, I'll do one more question. People are also asking about how come in the media we don't ever see, say, queer experiences being addressed at the same time as, say, disability. And people hashed it out in the comments a little bit, but I think it really is to do with being afraid of doing too much at once. I know as a creator, when I make a character, I'm very worried that I'm going to go too far with something. And when you're a large company, it's probably even easier to be scared of public reaction to things, particularly if all you care about is profits. But they might be like, no, we can't have some queer in a wheelchair because people already complain when we have gay characters, and they already complain when we have wheelchair characters. We can't do both. And it's just kind of sad that we're at this place still where people can't handle more than one thing at once. But I think that's really the core of it. We can't handle more than one thing at a time. And queerness isn't normal enough for people yet to be able to combine it with other things for the most part. And disabilities. I think our society is super ableist innately. I know I'm very ableist, and I'm trying to undo that. And it's tough for people to address that in the context of larger things. There's a lot of work to be done on all fronts. And it's just sad that we're not at a place where this is normal. Thank you for watching. I'll do another video tomorrow. You should totally share this video because that's how people see it. You should also like my YouTube channel because I'm gonna make this more. I'm gonna be putting up videos. I like doing videos. They're fun. I'm gonna make them better. Right now it's just on my phone, balanced on a book and a shoebox. I swear, seriously. Look at this shit. Yeah. What is that? A Visa gift card? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's the magic of Hollywood here for you. And let's change that. I can make better videos. Let's grow this channel. You're doing the first step by watching it. Thank you so much, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.